What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here on this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, I want to talk about SPS, the amount we have in supply, and how many SPS tokens we could potentially burn by the end of the sale, right, for Rebellion. So what I'm going to do is just make a couple of quick assumptions here. Let's assume nothing exciting happens this year and that SPS stays at 3.15 cents for the entire year. The other assumption that we're also going to make is that we've sold about 600,000 packs so far. So let's say we hit Matt's just very low estimate. Again, this was the conservative estimate that he put out there of 1.5 million. So that would mean 900,000 packs, right, at 4,000 DEC per pack, all right, assuming everybody's taking advantage of the voucher discount. That comes to 3.6 billion DEC. Now, let's just value DEC at PEG since we've been around there and we've seen the team burning significant amounts of SPS in order to mint the necessary DEC. And that gets us down to, or I guess that's like $3.6 million. So you take that $3.6 million, you divide it by the current token value of SPS to see how many we would burn, and it's around 114, 115 million tokens. But keep in mind that the team recirculates the DEC that they get, and they get half of that. The DAO gets the other half. So we're really only locking up half at a time. So in a way, it would be significantly less than 114 million, although we can just keep that as a high-end estimate, right? So 114, 115 million, we'll call it. And the other reason that it would probably be a little bit too high is that assumes SPS doesn't go up. If SPS does go up in value, then all of a sudden we're burning fewer tokens for the same amount of DEC. But again, we're just living in a not fantasy world here, but we're living in the parameters that are set out with those assumptions, and this is just the hypothetical world that we live in. 114, 115 million tokens, considering that we have 1.1 billion, doesn't actually seem to move the needle too much for Rebellion. And when you consider that we've burned about 44 million, well, actually, we'll just say like 41 or 42 million over the past couple of months here, starting in like November, right, with the launch of the pre-sale. Actually, that was in October. But then, of course, this includes the launch of Land as well as the launch of Rebellion, pre-sale included, right? It kind of makes sense that we've burned that much SPS, and considering SPS was even lower before, I guess this kind of puts us in a similar position where 115 million over the course of the set or the sale makes sense. But it's a little bit of a sobering look, in my opinion, because I was really hoping we would see some massive burns here. I would love to see the SPS circulating supply actually below 1 billion at some point later this year. But when you consider just how much SPS that's going to mint, even for a desired product, something like the Rebellion packs, I mean, that's just a lot, right? We're almost 200 million SPS over the amount of 1 billion, right? We're almost at 1.2 billion right here. And we are still getting, through the distributions, anywhere between 600,000 to 1 million per day. So again, I'm looking at this and thinking to myself, okay, well, we're probably going to be, let's assume we take 100 million off, but then we'd have to add in anywhere between like 200 to 300 million. That still gets us to roughly like 1.4, 1.5 billion. Now, could Land come in and shake things up, Land 2.0? Absolutely. Could there be some interesting promo cards or promo events that happen, or a great burning type of event that happens again later on this year? Absolutely. Could there be a mini set, right? We've talked about a mini set similar to Rift Watchers launching at some point this year. It was in September of 2022 that we saw it for Rift Watchers, but I don't know if we're going to see it in September of 2024. Although I think that it's definitely in play for the team to launch a mini set at some point later this year. That could be a huge catalyst or driver of DEC, which would lead to the burning of SPS. So even still, with all that, like I said, I'm just trying to see how much the actual Rebellion sale would burn if we were to keep all the other parameters in check. Now, here's the crazy thing, right? Let's say Rebellion just ends up being so good that people buy more than the 1.5 million packs that we're expecting, or the additional 900,000 packs. I mean, even if we were to double that and go to 1.8 million, right, from 900,000 up to 1.8 million, which would actually put us in about 2.4 million total packs, which is in line with where I'm hoping that will be. Again, my outlook is a little bit more optimistic, but 2.4 million, we're just really raising the amount of SPS burn from 115 million to 230 million, which I don't want to poo-poo that. I don't want to like downplay that. That's obviously still a significant amount of SPS burned, and there's a lot of people who are diamond handing SPS. So that could have a huge effect actually on the price. But for me, if I'm looking at SPS and wanting it to go to the absolute farthest moon possible, I really look at the market cap and the overall circulating supply that makes up that market cap. And I'm just like, man, we need to get this number low. We need to burn as much as possible right now while SPS is at 3 cents or under, 3 point something cents. But obviously, if the market starts to pick up, if things start to do, better, the price of SPS per token will go up, but the impact of burning for DEC is going to go down significantly. So for me, I'm just like, what more could be done? Or, and not that we can actually change anything, but it's just like, it would be so much better for us to be burning just a heck of a lot more right now with SPS lower if we're all expecting it to go higher, because I think then it can go farther faster in a way with a very constricted supply or restricted supply. But just want to share these numbers with you. Again, I'm just kind of musing to myself here. I thought I'd hit record and share the numbers with you guys. But is this something that you expected? Is it sobering for you in the same way where it's just like, oh man, the entirety of Rebellion is only going to burn, 100 million. Well, actually, if you combine it with what's already been there, 150 million SPS, which again, nothing to like downplay or poo-poo. Like that's like 500. That's like 5% of all SPS, right? 30 million is 1%. Yeah. So 150 million, that would mean that this set would burn 5% of all SPS that would ever be in existence, right? And I guess land is, kind of included there too, but hopefully land 2.0 and beyond brings even more opportunity for that. But, it's not insignificant, but at the same time, it seems so small considering the actual supply that we have right now that's currently out there. But let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you guys are feeling differently. Maybe you can change my perspective on that. Just wanted to share it here. But that is all I have for you guys in this video. I'll catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.